Did you know the elbow strikes are the best follow-up techniques in close range fighting? Let me show you how to apply some of the most effective elbow strikes in self-defense. Let's get started. Okay guys, so today's part 3 from my 3 best Wing Chun techniques for self-defense. If you haven't watched the previous ones, I highly recommend you do so because they were on kicks and punches, the best ones for self-defense. Okay, now today is all about elbows. Now, when you think of elbow strikes, if you follow any type of combat sports, you will notice that a lot of people like to do elbow strikes from far away, from far apart. Some even jump into it. Now that's all good when you're in a kind of like a sporting event, right? In a ring, in a cage. But in self-defense, I don't recommend you do that because if you're dealing with someone and the moment you jump in or you step in to do that elbow strike, they could wait for you or they could intercept you with a front kick and you're exposing yourself. Or even if you're coming from, say, from the side with a horizontal elbow strike, they can also jam you and then uppercut. So you want to make sure that the range you're trying to use the elbow strike is the correct one. Now, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to strike with the elbows as a follow-up. So once you've already dealt with the hand that's coming at you, you close the gap and then you follow up. Now, before I demonstrate the first technique, I want to explain something that I believe is very important for you to understand. Number one, the closer the limb to your center, the stronger it is. The more powerful it is, the more punishment it can take, the more weight it can bear. Now, for example, from my fingertips to my torso, the strongest part, the strongest joint in my arm would be the shoulder. Okay, that's why you can see construction workers carrying loads of weight, bags of cement on their shoulders because you can take a lot of weight. Now, the second strongest would be the elbow, right? So then the elbow to the wrist to the knuckles to the fingertips. So that's how it works. It's not me saying it, it's just mechanics. So if I am in punching range, and I am confident with my technique and I know how to close the gap, then the best follow-up is an elbow strike. Now, let's say I have my son feed me a straight punch coming at me, and I close the gap from here. Then I can follow up with an elbow strike easily towards the side of his head because once I intercept, I get in and I close the gap here, he can't see what's coming at him from the side. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm keeping my distance. If he comes in with that jab, I can intercept. And when I intercept, I'm already attacking the ribs. Once I attack low, I must come high. From here, I transition. And then as I do like a jump sail, I'm putting the pressure on him because I don't want that second hand to come towards me, right? So that's when I'll drive my horse in and go in with that elbow strike. Okay, now when doing this, I can crash in, or I can sidestep. Same thing, I can sidestep and then follow up. It's a really good and effective follow-up technique. I really like doing it and I find a lot of success using it because of the angle that I'm using it, and I'm not just charging in. I'm not trading blows with the other person. I'm actually being strategic when I sidestep and then I go. So this is one of my preferred methods of following up with an elbow strike. Perfect. The second one that I'm going to show you, this time, instead of getting out and coming back in through the side, we're going to stay in the middle. We're going to stay covering that center line. So if the same attack is coming towards you, you can use a kwasao. So he comes in, you use the kwasao, and then attack, and then follow up. Okay, so what I'm doing here, now again, depending on your level of expertise is whether or not you can stay in the middle and then charge in. Or if you sidestep a little bit off the line of attack with the kwasao already. But as you do that, you're still following up with a knife hand. So on this one, what you want to do is make sure that you're guarding your face on the first one. And then you close the gap with this one. Because as I've explained in my previous videos, right now I'm demonstrating an option just to make it clear and simple for you to see and understand how to apply these techniques. Now, always keep in mind that there is a chance that the person will come at you with the second technique. It could be the rear hand coming at you, it could be a kick. So in Wing Chun, you want to learn to close the gap, okay? Now, don't blindly just jump in. That's not my methodology. I want to make sure I'm covering, I'm taking care of the areas where I'm exposed, and then I can charge in, because then I have a higher chance at successfully closing the gap and following up. So on this one, when the punch comes at you, that becomes one movement. It's not a 1 and a 2 and a 3, because then if you're chopping it up, that is when the other person can clip you with the second hand. But if you flow and you make that movement just become one, so he comes in this, then you have no problems following up with that elbow strike. Just make sure you drive the horse so that way you close the gap, putting weight into the technique. One thing you don't want to do is try and overreach or extend. Even if you do reach the target, there's no power in that, okay? And even if you're dealing with someone taller, because my son is taller than me, I can still drive the horse and reach him with no problems. He punches, I'm clearing here, and then you go. Okay guys, so now for the next option, we're going to intercept. David's coming at me with the left hook, I'm closing the gap here. All right, so I protect myself with both my forearms. And as I see that hook come towards me, I'm also using my stance to intercept, so that way I can drive more weight, more body power into that technique. So when he comes at me, I'm closing the gap. Once I close the gap, then it's easy. Then it's boom, just turn in and follow up with that elbow strike. So here I close the gap, 1 and 2. Now, as I said, for the previous technique on option number 2, you want to make sure that 2 becomes 1, meaning the first technique will open you up for the second. So the moment you apply, you have to flow. It's a 1-2. It's almost, when I'm teaching class, I like to use the analogy of having a tennis ball, and I even demonstrate it here. Tennis ball, and you just throw it to the wall and it bounces off immediately. It doesn't stop. So when he's coming in and I'm stopping, that one you want to make sure that you just follow up straight away, because you don't want to give the opponent a chance to clip you, to hit you with a second hand. So here, you could be on a fighting stance. He comes, you just push your stance and then follow up. So you're doing your triangle steps. You could be square on your stance, so you still apply the same thing. You can do this one with your hands down or on a fighting stance. It works wonders. Just make sure that when you do it, you raise your arms high enough. A lot of people in the Wing Chun community rely too much on the wrists. Low tan style, this and that. Don't use wrists, use forearms. Closer to the elbow, because that carries more, it's just a better structure. So let's recap. On the first one, I attack from under and then I cover and get back up. Boom, here. Boom, here. The second one, I'm clearing the area from the inside. So kwasa, follow up. And on the third one, I'm intercepting and then going in, 1 and 2. Guys, in my experience, these are one of the most effective follow-up techniques using Wing Chun elbow strikes. So if you haven't watched my previous video from last week, I'll post a card up here so that way you can check it out. And don't forget, go to my online university and grab my free Applied Wing Chun introductory course so you can take your Wing Chun techniques to the next level. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you in the next one.